So we're back for a bonus episode.
This podcast contains graphic descriptions that some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised. Now, with that being said, welcome to the Mortal Musings podcast.
Right, let's do this. We just keep giving and giving to the public.
The gift that no one wants. Now, today I thought we'd do a mini as a little lead into this week's episode, a prequel, if you will, about the different stages that the body goes through after death.
Right.
You okay?
I've got a feeling I'm not going to enjoy this.
So, there are 5 stages of decomposition. The first being fresh, followed by bloated, then active decay, advanced decay, and skeletal or skeletonized.
Got a feeling bloating's going to be the one that's going to make my toes curl most.
That's a bit of a situation that the body's going through at that point,
Yeah.
yes. So, about 3 to 7 minutes after death, your brain cells will begin to die. They're the first thing to go.
So, mine would go quicker than most people's.
I don't think that's how it works, but sure. Once your heart stops beating, your body isn't receiving significant oxygen levels, which causes your cells and tissue to die. Your stomach, intestines, liver, and pancreas are the organs to begin decomposing first. Enzymes begin breaking down, actually causing the pancreas to begin digesting itself from the inside out.
What?
Yeah, so your pancreas creates enzymes which aid in digestion to, break down the food. And
Yeah.
so once it's not doing that job, it starts to eat itself.
That's disgusting.
Well, that's the body for you.
So our bodies eat themselves from the inside out.
Yeah. So your pancreas is taking care of itself, whereas your bone and skin cells will last a few days. The uterus and prostate are the last internal organs to begin decay. After about 3 hours, rigor mortis begins to set in, which is when your muscles begin to stiffen and your joints will lock up.
Yeah.
This can first be seen in the likes of the eyelids, jaw, and neck, as they are some of the smaller muscles.
See, I always think of the hands. Like if someone's put the hands up to stop something, the hands stay like that. When you see it in cartoons.
Yeah. Like a taxidermied cat on top of a TV or something. That's the image I'm getting. On the mantelpiece.
I'd got the squirrel from Ice Age in my head. When he's trying to get the nut?
Yeah. This is one of those times where we need a visual aid because you guys are missing out on Neil's spectacular poses.
Right. Best way I can put it is a Thriller video.
Again, you guys are missing out on Neil's spectacular dance moves this time. So, rigor mortis will affect both voluntary and involuntary muscles. And after rigor mortis has fully set in, it will last for approximately 12 hours before the body returns back to a more flaccid state.
Wait, I thought once rigor mortis sets in, that's it. That's how you stay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some people think that it's going to be like, that's it, that's the way your body is. No, it builds up and then it kind of relaxes back down.
Oh, okay.
The process of rigor mortis can be accelerated if in a warmer setting and prolonged if left in the cold.
Which is actually something what someone made in a case we've covered recently.
Mm-hmm.
Someone made the mistake. Who was it?
Are you talking about Marilyn Wren when he believed that the DNA wouldn't survive?
Yes.
Because the temperature was so low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, talking about temperature, your body will also begin to decrease in temperature. Now, of course, it depends on the surroundings, but generally it's said that the body temperature will drop at a rate of 1 degree per hour. And after about 12 hours, the body is cool to the touch. After 24 hours, the body will be completely cold.
Yeah, they always say that, don't they? It's cold to the touch.
You learnt that on Criminal Minds, didn't you?
Did I? Sometimes, right, so Megan's circulation is shocking. Her feet and hands in the summer.
Like a corpse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes if I wake up in the night, or it could be in the morning, and if you're laid there asleep, I have to wait for you to make a noise because to touch you, you're a corpse.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to like...
Not just my temperature, but the colour of my skin. Like my feet would be purpley blue in the winter. It's not good.
So sometimes I have to put my hands near your mouth to see if I can feel...
You hold the mirror underneath my nose, yeah. Livor mortis, or postmortem lividity, is when blood begins pooling in certain areas. Blood will accumulate in the lowest point of the body. So, for example, if a person has died laid on their back, the anterior of their body will turn a pale shade, whereas their posterior will turn a pink-purple type of shade.
See, I just got it, because you said lower part, I just got it in my head.
Their legs and feet.
Yeah.
That's why I made things. I said lower, what did I say? Lower point of their body. So it's however their body's positioned, whatever's the lowest to the ground. It's gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was literally picturing a blue body and then the ankles and feet are red.
It's like a diagram where it's like, this is how much percentage of water's in your body.
Yeah.
Beginning about an hour after death, lividity becomes very noticeable at about the 3 to 4 hour mark. And by 6 to 8 hours, it's set in. Now, your body will also begin to bloat due to putrefied gases caused by enzymes leaking and building up in the body.
So this is when the body starts farting?
Yes, this is where an odour begins to release, and that odour will then attract insects to the body.
So is that the smell of decomp? The farting?
Yes, the gases.
Okay.
During active decay, your body will begin purging fluids from various orifices as your organs, muscles, and skin begin to liquefy. Advanced decay is where the body begins to look sunken and gaunt, and bones will also begin to become exposed. And the final stage of decomp, skeletal. So not much is really going to happen here. The soft tissue is pretty much gone, possibly, some dried skin, cartilage, or tendons. And what's left is the bones, which obviously are a much harder substance to break down. And that's years before they break down. I understand all of this sounds extremely gruesome and morbid, but it's just fact. You seemed pretty upset at the notion of your body eating itself.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I don't know.
Science, mate.
I just like the idea of my body staying pristine.
Pristine. It really doesn't bother me. It doesn't faze me because it's just kind of full circle.
Yeah.
Conception, growth of the fetus, born, your body develops, then it starts to degrade, and then it does what it does.
But yeah, like it's like I've said in a previous episode, like this, to do with how the environment is. Everyone seems to be getting cremated now because it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But the damage it's causing, whereas, burial and going through all this process is feeding the earth.
Yeah.
That I find fascinating.
Yeah.
Not the fact that our body fucking eats itself from the inside out.
But I mean, it is what it is. Like, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, it's not really something I'll think about again.
What do you mean it's not something you'll think about again?
Like, this is out.
Well, this is the, again, prequel, if you will, to the next episode.
I'm not looking forward to the fucking next episode.
You will. You will. It'll be grand.
We've covered so many different types of cases where there's been different levels of decomp and everything else. Why all of a sudden are you needing to do this for the next episode?
Because I have to. I have a duty to our listeners.
Fuck me. I'm not looking forward to next week.
This week.
Oh, bollocks.
Thank you so much for listening. Find us on Patreon, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. If you have a case suggestion, or maybe even your own story, email us at mortalmusingspodcast@gmail.com.